Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking BIONANO GENOMICS, BNGO. This stock has seen some major consolidation, and we love to pick up stocks that have seen consolidation with some bullish potential, and I believe this stock has a lot of the bullish potential. So we're going to be covering a few things regarding the stock. It has earnings coming up, and I do believe the stock is set to actually beat on earnings and have a bullish run going into earnings as well. So I want to actually give you some price targets and where I see it going. Now, I'm not touching a lot of these hype stocks, and I don't really think this is a hype stock. We've had a lot of consolidation, like I said, moving sideways at this $11 range, kind of pushing $12 right now, but I think there's some real bullish momentum kicking into the stock and volume that's going to be kicking in next week as well. But before we get into that content, I need you to do one thing and one thing only. Hit that sub button down below, leave a thumbs up, and have the notifications turned on, because I'm posting videos multiple times throughout the day, giving you the hot stocks that I am personally getting into, as well as doing update videos regarding stocks you guys are requesting every single day. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing I want to cover on this stock is actually going to be the earnings, and then I'm going to go into why I'm bullish going into earnings as well. A few articles have dropped on this, but we're not going to spend too much time there. I want to spend majority of the time looking at the chart, showing you overall ranges, why I'm bullish looking at the chart on the technical side of things, because I think this stock has a lot of momentum and personally is being overlooked compared to some other stocks. Okay, so if you're ever wondering when earnings are, just go to this website, earningwhispers.com, and you can actually type in your ticker at that top right and look at any stock to see when the potential earnings are coming up and see if they've actually changed at all. So we can see this is on the February 19th. The consensus is that the stock is going to come out at an EPS of 6 cents, but Earning Whispers has them beating at 8 cents. So that's pretty bullish because Earning Whispers has a good history of knowing what they're talking about and being pretty accurate. Looking at this article, there's a few things we want to cover. Oppenheimer analyst Kevin DeGeeter believes technical developments could lead to reduced COGS, cost of goods sold, per genome, which in turn could help the next gen platform gain deeper market penetration. So we're seeing BIONANO GENOMICS really making pushes in the overall company development, not just getting massive capital injected into the company. We're seeing tons of people buying into the stock as well and holding for that long-term growth. Not a lot of shorting going on with this stock. We're seeing healthy retracements as well, which has me very bullish. And I just want to highlight key focal points from this article. You can go back and look at it. It's very simple to see. It'll actually have the links down below. DeGeeter also believes the recent equity raises, which totaled more than $380 million, give the company balance sheet flexibility. Therefore, the analyst is more focused on the company's progress than near-term revenue prospects. This strength in the balance sheet allows BIONANO to aggressively invest in both commercial infrastructure expansion and next-generation optical imaging technologies. So we're seeing more growth from the company. You're going to hear me consistently talking about growth stocks on this channel. BIONANO GENOMICS is definitely attacking that growth sector. This is what we love to see with growth stocks overall. So this is leading me to believe not only will they maybe beat on EPS and maybe even revenue might be down a little bit. I do project that, but I do think that their outlook is going to be very bullish on the company. We do know outlook has a bigger impact sometimes than EPS and revenue. EPS and revenue can be down, but the outlook overall is very, very strong. We know this produces very good upside for a company in the short term, especially. So that's why I'm having these very bullish targets that we're going to get to here in a second. And we're just going to read these last two paragraphs. DeGeeter thinks that by 2026, 3 full years into launch of next generation platform offering up to 80% reduction per genome disposable cost, the company can deliver a revenue of $353.1 million. Overall, the analyst estimates the cytogenetics TAM total addressable market could reach more than $1.5 billion. To end this, DeGeeter reiterates a buy rating on BIONANO shares and boosts the price target from 1.5 all the way to the street high of $15. Investors could be pocketing gains of 29% should DeGeeter's thesis play out over the coming months. So this is going to perfectly tie into my price targets with the overall technical side of things as well, because I think there's a possibility we can surpass those $15 targets as well. So let's get right into the charts. Okay, so there's a few things I want to look at first. First, you see that we're getting this consolidation going down sideways, kind of squeezing as well. This is not a short squeeze, so don't get confused. I'm just saying the chart is squeezing together, which tends to lead more to a breakout to the upside or maybe even the downside, but I'm feeling very bullish on the stock, especially because of the momentum behind it as well. Also, we can see there's a clear downtrend and now a squeezing going on and flatlining on that OBV, indicating a somewhat bullish pattern forming. So we're actually rounding off this bottom, as you can see right here, and it's looking very, very strong. So I do want to point that out. The OBV tends to lead to bullish momentum coming into the stock, especially when we're getting this bottoming. As you see, it's kind of stopping that downward trend and coming more to a bottom shaped pattern. So what we want to see coming up now is getting a break of this OBV, coming more to the upside. And once we see a clear break of this stock on the OBV, this is going to really cue that buying power, maybe to even push these all-time highs. And I do think we're going to get a push of all-time highs here in the next few weeks, maybe even before the end of February. So what I'm projecting now, I think coming at this range right here, this 1145, 1147 range is where I'll be looking to get some of the stock. Actually, I'm buying a little bit right now as well, just so I don't miss out. So dollar cost averaging might be the way to go here. And then from here, I'm projecting very strong moves up to the upside. Once we break this local high right here, this 1250 range, give or take, I do not think there's even a question if we start to come back down. I think from there, it'll be price discovery and trying to find new local highs, which he has the marker of $15, but I think there's a possibility we push $15.5 to $16 overall. There's lots of momentum getting behind the stock. And like I said, if their outlook is strong enough as a company, it's highly possible and probable that we find new highs with very high levels. As you see from the last time we broke recent highs from this range here, it was not just a 10% move. We had an overall about 30% move from $10 flat all the way to $13.5. So that was a lot of growth that we're seeing there. And I think that this next breakout will be even bigger because it'll be the first earnings that we'll see with a positive outlook, most likely as well. They have lots of deals forming around the company. And as we see here, it's looking very, very strong. We're getting some very healthy consolidation on the stock, and that's what we love to see long term from these type of companies. Once we start getting this little consolidation like we've seen with BFT and other stocks, we tend to see some really massive breakouts. So as you're seeing, we're getting this finally this sideways movement all the way from about January 27th till right now about the 10th or 11th. So it's looking very, very good. I love what's going on with BNGO, and this is definitely a buy for me. Looking at BNGO on a outlook from long term and short term. In the short term, I definitely think there's a push to the 12.5 region coming very quickly. In the long term, I think it's just a matter of time till we start to see that momentum pushing back up to that $15 range, maybe $15.5 to $16, like I mentioned before. I think there's a lot of momentum and buying power coming in. If the outlook is strong enough from earnings, we can see massive levels being tested. BNGO is a very solid company. As you're seeing from the data they're releasing and the moves that they are making, like they said in the article, there's a lot of flexibility for the company, so they kind of can diversify and start growth overall. And this is what we love from these companies, is overall growth and attacking different sectors, trying to grow and expand the companies for more revenue outlook. So this is very bullish in my opinion. But what am I expecting on earnings? I think EPS is going to be, revenue is going to be a little bit down, and then we're looking at a very strong outlook. I want the outlook to be incredibly strong, showing some big plans coming for 2021 and this next quarter overall. If those things all line up, I'm telling you guys, I'm seeing $15.5 to $16 in just a matter of 1 to maybe even 2 weeks on this stock. Now, this is a big prediction, and I know that this is kind of out of my comfort zone. This is not financial advice, so do your own due diligence, but I love what I'm seeing from this stock, and I definitely see that as a possibility. That's going to wrap up this video. If you got anything out of this, make sure you hit that sub button down below, leave a thumbs up, and have the notifications turned on, because I'm posting videos every single day regarding the stocks that I am trading, and as well as the stocks that you guys are requesting me to give updates on. Have a good one, boys. Namaste.